Good morning. I'm Lily Shaw, Economic Development Manager at Hennepin County, and today I welcome you to an informational session about Elevate Hennepin, Hennepin County's flagship business support initiative. And so this morning, I'll share a bit about Elevate Hennepin, how it started, the range of resources we offer under the Elevate banner, and the collective impacts that we have generated today. And we'll also hear from a few guest speakers that I'll introduce later on. So our team that manages Elevate Hennepin is in Hennepin County's combined housing and economic development department that works to create affordable housing, promote home ownership, and advance economic growth and more. So my team, pictured here, is business support. And we are working to create pathways to business ownership and helping businesses start and scale. And there's multiple reasons why we focus on small business and the people who drive that small business. For one, they create jobs for our residents. They generate wealth that stays in our community. And the small businesses of today that we have seen and continue to see have the potential to grow to the large businesses of tomorrow. So it's hard to overstate the importance of small business and entrepreneurs to our local economy and our communities. In Hennepin alone, and some of you might know this, but 96% of businesses have fewer than 100 employees, and 70% have less than 10. And, we know that small businesses account for a significant portion of new net jobs. And they create resilient communities, they retain employees better, and they create places that attract better talent. And the other thing that we also know through the work that we've been doing is that we have a stark racial disparities in business ownership in Hennepin County. So just over 10% of businesses with employees are owned by people of color. So Hennepin County is committed, and my department is committed to reducing disparities as a part of our overall mission. Our economic development efforts are also focused on tackling disparities by focusing on equity and creating accessible pathways to entrepreneurship. And that in a nutshell is an economic growth strategy. So we have worked to dismantle barriers to business ownership and help all entrepreneurs succeed by providing a diverse and inclusive support network. We communicate with businesses every day. We connect emerging entrepreneurs to resources, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And we offer current and critical expertise and tactical and practical problem solving. And you'll hear about some of that as I move forward today. And then we also are creating peer networks. Our business owners tell us they need to connect with each other. So what is Elevate Hennepin? Elevate Hennepin is the initiative that houses all of our small business support resources. We launched in 2020 as businesses were struggling with the impacts of the pandemic and civil unrest. And we were really fortunate to convene a diverse group of business owners who volunteered their time to serve on our Business Advisory Council. And that was appointed by the board to guide the county in our economic relief and recovery efforts. And in direct response to their guidance, we worked quickly to create a single platform where businesses could go to access resources, a system to engage a variety of specialized consultants and industry experts. And so as we launched those initial elements of what is Elevate Hennepin, we continued asking business owners to share their feedback and let us know what was working and what wasn't, and where they were seeing more needs and challenges, and what could we do better. And as a result of the ongoing feedback and the stakeholder engagement, we launched additional peer learning opportunities, which are listed as cohort programs there, and on-staff business navigators to meet virtually with business owners and connect them with advisors or other resources that best fit their unique needs, because we know that there's a lot of resources out there. And so we wanted to help them sort of navigate through those pathways. And more recently, with the benefit of one-time funding, we launched 2 small business loan funds to increase access to capital. So that is what Elevate Hennepin is. But we don't do it alone. Hennepin County is the largest county in the state of Minnesota and serves over 45 cities, reaching from urban to rural and everything in between. And over 58% of our businesses are actually outside of the Minneapolis area. And so we've been actively working with our city partners, we have a few pictured here, for over a decade in economic development. And we currently partner with 19 cities that have not only invested financially, but also help spread the word in our communities, as well as host programs and events. I mean, cities are really a vital part of Elevate Hennepin's success to date. So let's take a deep dive into what exactly Elevate Hennepin offers. And as I mentioned earlier, Elevate Hennepin starts with a curated hub of resources. So this is actually a picture of our curated hub. So if you go to elevatehennepin.org, you will see this dynamic picture. So in developing our signature brand of Elevate Hennepin and the website at elevatehennepin.org, we listened to business leaders who told us that they needed that single online source for resources. Not only those provided by Hennepin County Investment, but also resources, events, and programs offered by other local, state, and federal agencies, just in one place, easy to find and accessible. So when you go to the Elevate Hennepin site, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all of these events and stories and what we offer. And so we responded by developing the Elevate Hennepin brand that was really accessible and vibrant and didn't really look at government as usual. And as a way to consolidate the resources, you'll notice right in the upper bar there, it says resource directory. We put them in a filterable resource where you can click on the type of business that you want to, the type of organization you want to connect with, the type of advisor that you want to connect with, the area of support you're interested in getting support with, and it will narrow it down from over 146 resources to 12 or 20, depending on what your selection is. And then our online forms, if you'll notice right in the upper corner, it says schedule a consultation. You can click on that and you don't have to create an account. You don't have to do a login, and you can merely fill out a quick 3 to 5 minute form that helps you get to an advisor, or a 3 to 5 minute form that gets you to apply for one of our cohort learning. So we wanted to create everything under what we offer as easy, accessible, and no cost. And in parallel, we strengthened our outreach with communications that included our bi-monthly newsletter that now reaches over 10,800 readers. And we've worked in partnership with culturally specific organizations to really help ensure that the resources we provide have an equitable reach across the county's really diverse business community. So the most in-demand resource we provide is one-on-one advising and consulting. So we contract with over 30 advisors with a variety of expertise who are available to work as consultants to help individual businesses solve problems they're facing, take advantage of new opportunities, or improve their operations. So this right here is Anna Mazik. She's one of our advisors that works in HR, and she's from AMA and Associates. And any business owner in Hennepin County can access up to 25 hours of no-cost support in over 10 areas that we have decided are where the most unique needs and challenges are. And our advisors are local, they're diverse, and they're experts in the areas they support. They were all selected from a highly competitive RFP process, and over 60% of them, including Anna, have been with us for over 3 years. Each advisor works uniquely to create a scope of work to support an entrepreneur with those sometimes expensive steps, like I mentioned, like creating a handbook, crunching those financial numbers, or laying out a comprehensive business plan. But the thing that's important is those key areas of support. So we deemed that there was 10 areas that were very challenging and where we saw the most need. So the first one is access to capital, right? To help entrepreneurs prepare for funding opportunities. We also found that accounting was also a need, from taking steps to prepare for tax season to getting your books in good order. Business strategy was another one, to really lay the groundwork for a solid plan. Certification to create more opportunities to work with government and corporate contracts. Financial management to lay the groundwork to scale. Human resources, as I mentioned, to focus on leadership development or culture, or to implement new employment roles. Idea stage was a new one we added this year, and this was to really help aspiring entrepreneurs vet, test, and lay out the groundwork to get started on a solid foundation. Legal support to review those hard to read documents or help you read an agreement. And then marketing to help you get the word out or design a logo. And then last but not least, technology to help you set up those hard to manage technical tools or get your website SEO boosted. All of these areas of support are what our advisors have all the expertise in, and we look to them to support our small business owners. So we know there are a lot of things to sift through, and choosing where to go can be hard. And that's why we began business navigation. And so today I'd actually like to invite Michelle McKinney. She is our team lead with overseeing one-on-one advising and business navigation. And she's the one that meets really every day with these business owners to help them sift through and recommend maybe one or two resources. So Michelle, can you just talk to me a little bit about what is business navigation and what are the type of entrepreneurs you're seeing coming in and working with you?
Sure. Thanks, Lily. And thanks everybody for joining today. You know, there's some great resources that we offer through Elevate Hennepin, but sometimes that can be a little bit overwhelming. So while self-service is an option, we want to help businesses find the right resources. So Elevate Hennepin offers 10 to 15-minute navigation sessions. During these sessions, business owners share their goals and discuss the areas of support they need. So those areas that Lily mentioned just on the previous slide. Whether the goal is to work with an idea stage advisor to flesh out the products and services offered, if you want to develop a marketing plan or have a contract that you need to have reviewed or drafted, the navigator will learn about the business and make the necessary referrals to the appropriate Elevate Hennepin advisor. So as of June 2025, we have helped over 1,600 businesses navigate the resources available through Elevate Hennepin and the rest of Minnesota's small business ecosystem. We welcome new businesses to the advisor network every day. To schedule a time with a navigator, simply go to our website, elevatehennepin.org, and click on Learn More under Connect with Navigator section. I hope to see you all in a navigation session soon. I'll turn it back over to you, Lily.
Thanks, Michelle. So it is as simple as that. You can go right to a bookings calendar and schedule an appointment. We usually, could be a week out to get an appointment, but like Michelle said, Monday through Friday, we always have hours and we're always there to support. So we look forward to seeing some of those scheduled appointments coming in. Thanks again, Michelle, I appreciate it. So now, as much as we like to spread the word about Elevate, the best people to share are actually the entrepreneurs themselves. This is a photo of Gilberto Diaz from Laurel Boots in Bloomington, And he worked with two of our advisors to help him expand and also get access to financing and to redo his website. So we love to see success stories like this, and we continually stay in touch with our advisors. This next is, I'm going to share a video, and hopefully all the sound will work for it. But this is a short video of Melanie, the owner of Perfect Peace Suites. And she's going to share her experience working with Elevate Hennepin.
I am the executive pastry chef and owner of the Perfect Peace Sweets company. We do customized cakes, wedding cakes, mini dessert tables, anything with sugar, we're doing it. My grandmother was my biggest inspiration in starting it. She was a baker in New York at St. Clair's Bakery. But when she would come to visit to Minneapolis, she would bring her starter. And ever since then, it was just this love that I had for food. I just came to a point where restaurant life just was not working. And I felt like there was more for me than just working for somebody else. When I first started the business, I knew nothing about business. Restaurant, everything is done for you. My job was just to make sure desserts were made. And so when you're running your own business, I'm like, where do I start? I was doing a lot of Googling. And you know, when you Google some things, you're not always getting the right answers. So Elevate Hennepin really helped out with my business consultant. Huge help he has been in my business, especially with pricing and profit and loss and understanding all of that. And then it just went from there. So it's really just been like one referral from the next with Elevate Hennepin. It has really helped me to understand business in its whole. Because of course, for me as an entrepreneur, I'm learning something new every day. Having them there is just, it's safety for me.
We are so lucky to have the expertise of our advisors on board to work with these individuals at 25 hours, no charge for an entrepreneur. So we are grateful for Victor and for all of our advisors that work. So we're going to move on to our next portion, and this is going to be about talking about our cohort or peer-to-peer learning. So over the past several years, we have created a suite of 6 programs that entrepreneurs at varying stages can participate in. For each of these programs I'm about to show, we partner with leading organizations that have developed and honed a strong proprietary curriculum for businesses at a specific stage of growth, or are interested in working on specific topics. So each program works with trained local facilitators that are here from our Hennepin County area to move the participants forward in the curriculum and peer-to-peer discussions. So our first ones are CEO Start Bootcamp and CEO Start. So these programs go for either 2 days with the bootcamp or 6 weeks with CEO Start. And we usually have around 15 to 20 entrepreneurs in each of the groups. And these people meet with facilitators and to work with each other to take their ideas to action and to help build a really solid foundation to ensure they're ready for their next step. The CEO Start actually ends with a final celebration, sharing their idea with an audience of friends and family. Our next CEO Start program is actually going to open for registration in the coming weeks. Our CEO Now program is for up to 20 businesses. And usually this is for businesses that have under 10 employees. And they usually have reached sort of a threshold of about $250,000 in revenue. So it's really for those business owners that are starting to get to the point where they want to work on their business, not in their business. And so over a course of 8 months, they will work with an expert facilitator to help them create a 3 to 5 year plan so they can really start executing on that working on their business feature. Our HR Next is actually a new program this year. And this is for currently up to 12 businesses that have at least 10 employees. And over, we've estimated maybe 1 million, though that is quite flexible in revenue. And this is really to help businesses create a 3-year attraction and retention plan to really grow and retain their employees. And this program is over the course of 7 months. And again, is facilitated with an expert local facilitator that brings in guest speakers as well. Our Certified Access program is a 6-week, and this one's the only one that's virtual. And this is a program for at least up to 20 entrepreneurs. And the focus is really on getting certification so that you have those connections to acquire government contracts or corporate contracts. So it really is to emphasize that certification process. And then our last C-suite is our CEO Next program. And this is for up to 24 businesses with over 10 employees, and again, up to the 1 million marker. And this is really for entrepreneurs that are looking to expand regionally and nationally. We actually partner with other counties in doing this. We work with Dakota County and Ramsey County and Scott County. And they can't gather together and have facilitated conversations to really build those peer CEO partnerships. And they also access remarkable research to expand their marketing and increase their reach. And we're really pleased to work with such talented organizations such as that is the basis of our curriculum with Interrise, MB Mentors, Edward Lowe Foundation, Simon Says HR, Co-Starters, and Certified Access to really provide the curriculum structure under our suite of services. And all of these, you can find more information on Elevate Hennepin. So in addition to our suite of programs, we also know that entrepreneurs benefit from meeting with each other and really learning from each other and building those peer networks. So because of this, we worked with our local organization, MB Mentors, to facilitate 2 CEO roundtables. So the entrepreneurial roundtable is for smaller, more emerging entrepreneurs to really work together and to continue to grow upwards. And then our CEO Alumni Roundtable is for our larger, more second stage businesses that have graduated from our CEO Next program. So like I mentioned before, we also like keeping in touch with our businesses and to hear how the experience that they have. This is Abby Allen, 2024 graduate of CEO Start. She was a semifinalist for the Minnesota Cup after she finished CEO Start and is currently testing her kids' crafting app called Glue Stick. We also have kept in touch with Excelsior Candle and Heidi Mueller. She is a 2023 graduate of CEO Now. After graduating from CEO Now, she was able to secure her products in Walmart and has recently purchased 2 new candle companies. And she is currently in one of our HR Next programs to help her really expand her culture in her new businesses. We've got Frank Brown is a graduate of CEO Next, and he's the largest Black-owned print shop in Minnesota and moved to his new location in North Minneapolis in 2023. We've got Cecilia Adams, who graduated from our Certified Access program to really ignite her certification process for her Diversity Institute that continues to thrive. And then we have Noel from Noor Companies. She's not only a CEO Next graduate, but she was also in our first pilot of our HR Next program. So last year was the pilot of the program, and we really valued from having her and several other businesses involved to make sure that we were focusing the program on what small businesses need. And we kicked that program off this year, thanks to her support last year. But we didn't stop at just one-on-one advising and cohorts. Here are just a few other programs that we have continued to add as we continue to listen to small businesses. We partner with the Coven. and their digital membership. So they have over 100 episodes that you can watch at any time. A few of the titles are shown here. And so any Hennepin County business owner can actually apply for that digital membership for no cost. In addition, this year, as I mentioned at the very beginning, we started a small business capital fund. And Next Stage was selected from a competitive RFP process last year and is currently working to distribute the $4.22 million investment from Hennepin County. And really, in working with Next Stage, the focus is on small business loans and a commercial ownership fund with an emphasis on low barrier financing for startups and established businesses. And this was the step that we were looking to add to help expand and grow our local businesses. So we're really excited that this is kicked off and already starting to distribute to small businesses. In addition, we've added some workshops and events. So we have a Get Started workshop that is a virtual 75-minute program that is sort of the launching for our boot camp and our CEO Start. But what this does in 75 minutes is really helps you explore the use of the business model canvas and really talks about steps you can take to talk to customers and really vet your idea. We also are doing masterclasses with our partner Certified Access. And these are really jumping into hot topics that businesses are looking to, from a perfect pitch to getting the word out about their business from a marketing perspective. And then the third one is Thriving Thursdays. So these are 3-hour in-person sort of office hours style opportunities where we bring our advisors to city locations to really connect with the businesses with some simple ways to get to the next step and identify the things that they need. So our advisors and our business navigators will be on site to assist. And then lastly, but of course not least, we promote our Love Local campaign to shop local and support our small businesses. So through all the items I have shared, from the one-on-one advising to our cohort or peer-to-peer learning and everything in between, I'd like to report that these strategies and these programs are working, and we're seeing real impacts in our community. So not only do we listen to our business owners, but we're also looking at the numbers. Today, actually not to date, since 2024, because we've actually been continuing to serve, but since 2024, 2020 to 2024, Elevate Hennepin advisors have served over 3,262 businesses with over 41,000 hours of support. The map here sort of gives an idea of the breadth of businesses that have accessed one-on-one advising across Hennepin County. So each red dot is a business that we have supported between 2000 and 2024. And we know that our services have been leveraged in 38 of our 45 cities. And in addition, Elevate Hennepin advisors have helped launch 222 businesses. And they have assisted with the facilitation of over $35.8 million in financing. So really exceptional support from our one-on-one advising. And we know with the support of that financing, businesses have been able to create 688 new jobs in the county. And not only that, but we also measure success in the terms of equity, as I mentioned before, on who we serve and how we're moving that needle towards prosperity and reducing disparities. Behind each of those numbers that you see is an individual resident and a unique story, some of them that you've already heard today. We also ensure that we are continuing to look at our cohort programs. And we survey all participants to ensure that they're growing through not only our cohort programs, but also one-on-one advising to make sure that the impacts are actually increasing. So we do post-program surveys for every one of our programs, including one-on-one advising after a scope of work. And we also send out satisfaction surveys over twice a year to make sure that we're capturing anyone that maybe didn't fill one out prior. So we're constantly looking at those results to make sure that we're continually improving and we're reaching the audience. In addition, we're beginning to survey our graduates of the more intensive, longer term cohort programs 1 year later to monitor the growth, the profitability, and the financing. And then lastly, as well as increased revenue, we want to look at increased revenue, job creation, and investment back into the community. So we look at that with all of our graduates of some of our larger cohorts. So these are some of the quotes of business owners that have worked with us over the past several years. And so combined, the over 3,200 entrepreneurs we've served to date are sustaining the livelihoods of more than 14,000 people that they employ. And these results really help demonstrate Hennepin County's return on investment and help cities and the county continue to invest in the success and growth of our business community. And we know that launching and running a small business is hard. And going forward, that small businesses are facing uncertainty, and that market and workforce challenges mean that businesses are constantly adapting and solving problems and seizing opportunities. And our goal with Elevate Hennepin is not necessarily to serve every small business in the county, but to be there as a resource with a network of advisors when a business needs a bit of support and at no cost. So we do want business owners to be aware of Elevate Hennepin so that they know about the resource when and if they need them. And we'd love for all of you here to spread the word. I encourage you to go to elevatehennepin.org to sign up for the Elevate Hennepin newsletter that comes out twice a month, or to go and meet with our business navigators, Michelle being one of them. And I want to thank you for your time today. I know that your time as a business owner is valuable, and I'm really glad that you're here to hear about the things that are available to you.